Today, I want to talk about going beyond thinking, going beyond the thinking mind, labels, perceptions, and thoughts. We spend an awful lot of time thinking, man, and it gets to the point where you rather not think. You just rather you just want peace inside of yourself. Because at the end of the day, that's what you end up projecting into your world, relationships, and, situations. Learning how to find peace within yourself comes from realizing who you are not. Anything that arises within you, like thinking, emotions, are just passing by. You don't have to latch yourself onto any perceptions you have. You don't have to latch yourself into thinking patterns. You don't have to identify with any of it. But we've been trained to. We've gotten so good at it that when somebody calls us out on it, you think they're crazy, or they're just trying to, prove you wrong in a way, or like you're just like, there's no way. Somebody tells you you're not your mind, and you use your mind to try to understand what they're saying, which is not wrong, everybody does that, but it just shows you how fucked the situation is. Somebody tells you you're not your mind, and then they tell you, what do you mean I'm not my mind? I am my mind. They don't go deep into it, so they stay in a surface level where they can't get beyond it. And to get beyond the mind, you literally have to starve it of attention. Think about it like this. Every time you think or identify with thoughts in your mind, the good it says or the bad, you're watering it, you're giving it energy, you're giving it life by giving it your attention. But think about it like this. What if you starved your mind? You didn't react to what it had to say. You didn't emotionally react to things that already passed, things from the past. Because the present moment to the mind hardly exists. When you're present, that's when the mind can't chatter all the time. When you're thinking about the future, when you're thinking about the past, that's when the mind gets its momentum from. The mind is not going to be in the living room. Well, you're not going to be in the living room with your mind thinking like a million things about the living room if you're truly present in that living room. You know what I mean? But if you're in the past and you're in the future, you're going to think of so many things, of what happened, of what could have happened, how it should have went, instead of accepting what is. It's literally like you're putting obstacles in front of yourself without realizing it, and then you complain about the obstacles that present themselves to you. The way to get out is to start observing your mind. Just look at it. Like, don't care what it has to say. Just pay attention to it. Almost like if you saw a crazy person in the street or something, and you just notice them. You just don't, react. You don't have an opinion on what the thoughts say. And you don't think. You don't say, oh, I'm not going to think now. That's a thought too. Just stay blank. There's nothing to say. There's no words that could describe the deeper meaning of every situation you find yourself in and the unfoldment of life. There's just no way to describe it in thoughts that are just causing anxiety, fear, and, depression. Fear comes from not understanding reality. Fear comes from obscuring the mind and obscuring the present moment with images, labels. To understand what I'm saying, try meditating maybe 5 minutes a day. And just focus on your breathing. Right after, if you take those 5 minutes serious, you're going to come out of it feeling very peaceful. And then you're going to see the mind starting all over again and stirring up the pot. That's why some people only find peace in meditation, because they can only stay quiet those 5 minutes. They got to get back to work right after those 5 minutes are over. To be the witness of everything that's going on, not only inside of you, but outside, you merge the outside world and the inside world into one. You realize that the outside noise from outside and the inside noise are one. And the silence that you see outside and the silence that you perceive inside are one as well. They allow everything to be. The objects that are in your room, the objects that you see, are all there because there's space. The thoughts that you have are happening because there's space within you. There's an emptiness within you that's far more intelligent. And when I say emptiness, there's different names for it. There's consciousness, there's being, there's I am, and it goes on and on. Remain aware of your thoughts. Don't identify with them because you do not have to. Realize who you are. Who you are never leaves. You always stay witnessing everything. Just sometimes you become a part of the circus and not just the person watching the circus.